Shalom, beautiful people. Hope all is well. I'm back for another edition of The Kingdom is Nigh, The Kingdom is at Hand. So last time we left off in chapter 7. So we're going to go ahead and pick up at chapter 8. And first and foremost, all praises to the Most High for another beautiful day, for another opportunity to get it right, for the restoration and the vigor to continue to push forward and persevere and bring that kingdom that is within, without, so that we can light up the earth and shine as we're meant to shine. So let's go ahead and get rolling. Chapter 8, verse 1 in the book of Matthew. When he was come down from the mountain, great multitudes followed him. And behold, there came a leper, and worshipped him, saying, Adonai, if you will, you can make me clean. And Yeshua put forth his hand and touched him, saying, I will, be clean. And immediately his leprosy was cleansed. And Yeshua said unto him, See that you tell no man, but go your way, show yourself to the priests, and offer the gift that Moshe commanded for a testimony unto them. And when Yeshua was entered into Capernaum, there came unto him a centurion beseeching him, and saying, Adonai, my servant lies at home sick of the palsy, grievously tormented. And Yeshua said unto him, I will come and heal him. The centurion answered and said, Adonai, I am not worthy that you should come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. For I am a man under authority, having soldiers under me, and I say to this man, Go, and he goes, and to another, Come, and he comes, and to my servant, Do this, and he does it. And when Yeshua heard it, he marveled, and said to them that followed, Amen, I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Yasharel. So the centurion, he was a part of a different nation, and he came to Yeshua asking him to heal his servant, and he found it not worthy for the Messiah to even enter into his home. So he had so much faith to where he was like, to where he said, Lord Adonai, just say the word and he will be healed. And Yeshua was very surprised at this, or he marveled at it, as it says. And with what he's saying here is that he hasn't found so great a faith, not even in Yasharel. And Yasharel is a nation. It's perceived as a country to this day of the day and age that we live in, but Yasharel is the nation of the people of the line of Judah and other tribes, the 12 tribes of Jacob that Yeshua came through, and he was sent to save that flock, save those sheep. But as you can see throughout this story and the testimony, the Yasharel, they rejected the Messiah partially, and he found it right to essentially say, hey, those who accept my word and my truth, the Gentiles will be grafted in, these other nations will be grafted in, as long as their faith and their belief in the Messiah is real and honest, and they offer themselves as a living sacrifice for that grace and mercy. So that's what this is saying here. Verse 11, And I say unto you that many shall come from the east and west, and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And Yeshua said unto the centurion, Go your way, and as you have believed, so be it done unto you. And his servant was healed in the selfsame hour. Verse 14, And when Yeshua was come into Cephas' house, which is Peter, he saw his woman's mother laid and sick of a fever. And he touched her and said, And he touched her hand, and the fever left her, and she arose and ministered unto them. Ministered, that's a form of serving, so serving unto them. When the even was come, they brought unto him many that were possessed with devils, and he cast out the ruachoth, which is the spirits, with his word, and healed all that were sick, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by Yeshayahu, which is Isaiah, the prophet, saying, He himself took our infirmities and bore our sicknesses. Now when Yeshua saw great multitudes about him, he gave commandment to depart unto the other side. And a certain scribe came and said unto him, Rabbi, I will follow you whithersoever you go. And Yeshua said unto him, The foxes have holes, and the birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Adam has not where to lay his head. And another of his Talmudim said unto him, which was his disciples, said unto him, Adonai, suffer me first to go and bury my father. But Yeshua said unto him, Follow me, and let the dead bury their dead. And there's a lot of meat in these few scriptures here, to where basically a certain scribe came to him and wanted to follow him wherever he went, and Yahusha just let him know that, there's animals, there's birds that have homes, but I have not where to lay my head. And essentially with that, it's the kingdom is within you. So no matter where you go, the kingdom is walking with you. Your army of angels are right by your side. The Almighty, the Great Spirit is within you, flowing through you, and using you as a vessel to do what is necessary to inhabit the earth, to have dominion and authority of the earth that was given to us by the Almighty from the kingdom of heaven and within. So that's really what that is saying there. And as far as verse 22, where he said, but Yahusha said unto him, follow me and let the dead bury their dead. There's so much juice there that we can go into. As you can see, there's daily dying people everywhere that you go that are just so caught up within their self, their selfishness, their self-righteousness, their sin, we call it. And with sin essentially means missing the mark. Sin is missing the mark. We don't have to put so much woo-woo on it to where people get misconstrued of what that actual word is, but it means missing the mark. And in reality, like I've said, we all sin knowingly and unknowingly, past, present, and future, and we're covered by the grace and the mercy of the Hamashiach that is within us, that helps us and cleanses us of that. So that's why we must pray on it. We must not go back to our own vomit, and always look to do good and do right according to the kingdom ways and the kingdom principles. So he's basically saying here, let the dead bury their dead. The walking dead that you see on a daily, let them bury their dead, because when you walk in the truth and you walk with the Hamashiach, which is in you, the comforter that he gave us, when you walk with that, you are of the living. You are the living kingdom, and you serve the living Elohim. Verse 23. And when he was entered into a ship, his Talmudim followed him. And behold, there arose a great earthquake in the sea, so much so that the ship was covered with waves, but he was asleep. And his Talmudim came to him and awoke him, saying, Adonai, save us, we perish. And he said unto them, Why are ye fearful, O ye of little faith? Then he arose and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm. But the men marveled, saying, What manner of man is this, that even the winds and the sea obey him? Now remember, we're giving dominion and authority over the earth and what inhabits the earth, and that includes the sea. So really what the Messiah is saying here is that when there's things that are happening, when we have waves and earthquakes going on in our life, in that very moment, we want to freak out and not see the grander picture of how we need to keep the faith and keep persistence in doing what you're doing in a right of court, of course. Now, if you're doing wrong and you're having all these things happen to you, then clearly there's a reason behind it. Excuse me. But what it's saying is that on this path, on this walk of righteousness, you're gonna have challenges, you're gonna have obstacles, you're gonna have walls, you're gonna have waves and earthquakes pop up that you're going to have to climb through, push through, fight through, all the above. But you have to have faith that you're going to get through it no matter what, because you have to remember this and you have to know it. But the most high, the living Elohim, is on your side. There is nothing that no man can do to you to harm you, because you have that living Elohim within you and the kingdom of heaven all around you. So be not afraid, for we serve the living Elohim. And so essentially, like I said, what this is saying is that we can't have little faith. We have to have big faith, and just know that it always works out in our favor. No matter what it is, it's always going to work out for you. So yes. Verse 28. And when he was come to the other side, into the country of Gergashim, there met him two possessed with devils, coming out of the tombs, exceeding fierce, so that no man might pass by that way. And behold, they cried out, saying, What have we to do with you, Yahusha, son of Elohim? Are you come hither to torment us before the time? And there was a good way off from them a herd of many swine feeding. So there was a good herd way off from them of pigs that were feeding. So the devils besought him, saying, If you cast us out, suffer us to go away into the herd of swine. And to me, that's such a symbolic verse, because this whole, it's okay to eat pork. And as I discussed in previous videos, with pork, there's parasites in them. I mean, now they're starting to mix pork with rat so that the meat preserves a lot longer. And again, don't take my word for everything. Go out and do this research on your own. I think that's some of the best feedback or advice I can give to anybody, is do this research in your own right. And you're gonna have to pray for discernment, because you can always look on the internet and find something that's good, and the same thing that they're talking about, you can find it as bad. But you have to be able to sit and really just ask for that spirit of discernment, and you'll see through the truth. And to be honest, look up the populations that eat the most swine and who say that, or who is told that pork and seafood is good for you, but then it's causing all sort of diseases and cancer. So as you can see here in verse 32, Yeshua, he said unto them, Go. And when they were come out, they went into the herd of the swine, and behold, the herd of swine ran violently down a steep place into the sea, and perished in the waters. And they that kept them fled. And they that kept them fled, and went their ways into the city, and told everything and what was befallen to the possessed of the devils. And behold, the whole city came out to meet Yeshua, and when they saw him, they besought him that he would depart out of their coast. So again, with the entire swine thing, I had something else. So Holy Spirit, please bring that back to me. Oh yes, so do not cast your pearls before swine. So when you're attempting to, a lot of times we get into the truth, we get into the word, and we want to tell everybody. We're just so excited. We're so motivated to get that information out there. But to be honest, it's not for everyone. It's not, the things that are revealed to you aren't for everyone. You know, in this platform, we have the opportunity to spread the word and spread our truth. But just understand, a lot of people don't want the truth. They want the wool to continue to stay covered over their eyes, and they don't want to see the things that are going around them that tell them that, hey, this is a wicked system that we live in, and that we need to abide by the kingdom principles so that we can have a better life, not only for us, you have to do it for outside of yourself, but for your children, for your family, for your future generations to come. And not only for the blessings and the nourishment and the gifts that we get from the Most High, but just because it's the right thing to do. Deep down inside, you know it's the right thing to do. And the more you get into the truth, the more you get into the word, the more that's going to be expressed, because as within, so without, as above, so below. Now, with that, I pray that this touches the mind, hearts, and souls of those who are searching. And, you know, quite honestly, there's a lot of things that are going around, and I pray that we don't get distracted and we keep our eye single-minded on the Messiah and the truth, because there's something I wanted to share in my notes that I wrote just from different research and studying that I've been doing. But one of the things that I wrote down is, it says that we come from Yah, whether you say God, Elohim, Yahuwah. We come from the Great Spirit, the one that created us. We come from Yah. We must remain attached to that in order to live. It's what we need. So just as the flesh needs food to live, we need the Word, and we need our Father and our Heavenly Father and our Heavenly Mother to feed us spiritually, so that we can light the earth and do what we are out here to do and living in our purpose. So again, we need to all come together. We need to unite. We need to be not afraid and stand on business, as I like to say. And there's a lot of things coming out with this whole Russia and Putin thing, and don't get distracted. We already knew that truth. It's in Revelation. It tells you, his feet were the color of burnt brass and all the above. But it goes beyond this. It goes beyond color. It's your spirit. Everything is spiritual now. It's what you think in your mind, so be it. So we have to see beyond the black and white. We have to see beyond the division, because quite honestly, we already knew the truth. And for those that didn't, it shouldn't take for someone I'll just say, someone that's in that realm of what goes on behind the scenes to let you know and tell you who you are. It's kind of double-sided. Like, it's great that that's being shown and revealed, But to be quite honest, we already knew that truth. We already knew that information. And you just have to look at history and study your history, because if you don't know your history, it can tend to repeat. But again, we have to move forward in the light of togetherness. It doesn't matter the color of your skin. What matters is the truth. And with the truth will set you free, so that way we can honor and just help one another. So continue to help your fellow brother and sister next to you. You see someone that's poor and needy, give them what you can, and that's it. Just let's band together. Let's be strong, brave, and courageous as we're meant to be. And again, I pray that this touches you and that you enjoy this beautiful day. And peace and love and blessings to everybody. I'll see you next time, okay? Take care.